everyone, it's Nilay Ertemur Batti. I hope all is going well today. In this video, actually, I will tell you how I do one of my sample classes. Whether this is one-to-one or there's a class environment or it's online, it doesn't really change much in terms of the content. So basically, depending on your age, your education, your needs, whether it's an exam preparation or you just want to be able to speak, or you actually are needing some specific area help, whether that's business, finance, or tourism, or whatever the case might be, even some medical terminology actually. So we determine the needs first and then get the resources for that compiled. You will basically obtain your own resources, whether if it's a exam preparation, for example, say it's IELTS, you would get one of the best ones out there in the market for your prep studying, and then we would go through some of the difficult questions together. You would of course work on your own, and then if there is something that you don't understand, you would ask me. Say it's a speaking focus class, then I am gonna give you, just like how I am doing in these videos, a subject, something that though you and I together maybe determine based on, again, who you are, what you do. So then you would write about it, because as I said, anything near and dear will be easier, and more fun. So, and we are after just that, having fun while learning. So, okay, and then you would, whatever that is that you read, you listen to, now I want you to reproduce that piece in your own words, in your own flow, and I will want you to write first. Actually, anything that gets written, we actually can then look what you have, and how you are how you are actually putting it into a structure, and what some of the areas of problems, and we can then go back. Okay, so we are having some problems with present perfect and maybe simple past usage, for example. Let's discuss those more in detail, again focusing maybe more on a grammar book together, answering some questions, giving you again real life examples, because language is all about real life. Then I listen usually of your presentation or what you have written, and then I find at that stage students are actually little more self-confident, because they have written and it got corrected, and now they are, especially if they practice that piece a couple of times, they can talk about it almost like better than how they wrote it, or how they would have actually talked about if they didn't do that prep work. So I found these techniques work pretty well with my students, and that's why content base is always exciting for me, and I use some of my journalism, social science skills too in these videos, that I want to show you there is so many things to talk about, there is so many things to discuss, and I'm trying to choose debatable topics, so that there's always maybe a couple of sides to some subject, and the fact that I am taking this side doesn't mean that as a student you are gonna take my side. You are free, of course, as long as you can argue those points in a nice way, and convince the reader that you have some ground to say what you are saying. Yes, so again, immersion is the key for language learning, and when you cannot do that quite in a native place, then your second best option is mimic immersion, and that is with reproduction. Again, what comes into your head as the input will come out as output. So if garbage is in, garbage is out. If good stuff is in, good stuff will come out. So let's always try to be very selective in, what we read, how we read, how much we read, and also listen to what sources. It's always good to hear about something from both sides, just to make up your own interpretations about it. These days, information is endless. The flow is continuous. So what's important is that actually how you make sense out of this kind of information flow. There is enough of it out there, but how we are going to take it and apply it to our practical lives so that that information is actually giving us some kind of a benefit. Otherwise, if it's just staying here, not being shared with people, I don't see much point in that, because the information, the knowledge is great as long as you can pass it from generations to generations, or from one person to the other. If everything is in your head, I don't know if that is really something valuable for humanity. So let's share what we know with wisdom, with heart, and with grounds. Always have grounds, always be able to defend, and with ethics, with integrity, with an open mind and heart. This will bring us the great results. I know it works, and I hope you can trust and do the tasks weekly. Usually they take actually a week to complete. So I am at least targeting 52 videos of this sort, if not 365, but that's a long-term plan. So we'll see how it goes. Life happens when your plans happen. So again, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.